Okay, and now that you've seen web apps generating trajectories using this model, just recalling, so you have a description of the past as a succession of ICD-10 codes for different ages. So we see here the ICD-10 codes and the age progressing until a hypothetical present, which would be age 42 in this example here. So this is the default array of ICD-10 successions. And from here you could make predictions about the future. So we have one here, so you can generate as many simulations as needed to define the statistics of potential trajectories. A little bit like tracking the progression of hurricanes in a weather forecast. So there will be many simulations and many potential trajectories, some more likely than the others. Now the point in this little video is to have a look at the programmatic solution that is in place to help you use this code for your own trajectories, for your own apps and different analytical contexts that you may be trying to address with those apps. So I wrote a small ES6 module called fun delphi, there it is, as a single export, so a single functionality. No surprise, is the function that generates trajectories. So now I'm going to call it. So this is going to be executed in the browser at the machine in this domain. So this is privacy preserving. No data, no code, leave the execution environment in the browser. And we go back to our environment here. So now I'm going to open the DevTools. You can find them by clicking on these three dots here. More tools, the DevTools. But you can also just get them with a shortcut. So Option Command in the case of a Mac, for example. Here we go. So let's try to generate trajectories. Here's a trajectory. There it is. And you can have as many simulations as needed, just like in the weather, severe weather forecast example. Now you could say, yeah, but how would this work in another person's domain? So the point is that it works on the computer of the user, and this can be exemplified by going somewhere else. I'm going to use the New York Times weather page for this. So I have no control over New York Times or the weather for that matter. So let's open the DevTools. Some problems with the page, it doesn't matter. This is quite common in web pages with a lot of traffic. And now I'm going to try to generate trajectories in my own code. So the weather forecast page of New York Times is here a placeholder for an application you write to solve a problem that requires these trajectories. Here we go. Again, this is running now in the New York Times domain, but in your machine. And in each case, we have a trajectory being predicted, being simulated. There it is. So this is past age 42, what is happening in the future. You have the multiple events. You can open one of them and you find out that, oh, bad example, no events. This one is an event. There it is, 98, disorders of skin and subcutaneous tissue. So we have the age, the event, and you have the logits that generate an array, a vector, there it is, that can potentially be used to define embedded spaces. Alright, we stop here for now. If you have any questions or any problems, let us know at issues. Just click on issues, explain what your issue is here, and we'll get back to you. Alright, thank you, bye now.